Hey y'all, my name is Dominic. I am a realtor and real estate advisor serving here in the New River Valley in Virginia. If you're looking about buying a house in 2025, this video is for you. With rising prices, fluctuating interest rates, and tighter lending standards, it's more important than ever to go in prepared. So today I'm sharing real practical tips every buyer should know before making that big decision, whether you're buying your first home or getting back into the market. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, know your buying power and DTI. Before you fall in love with a home, you need to know your numbers. If you don't have a lot of cash to put down and are looking for a mortgage, one of the first things lenders look at is your debt to income ratio or your DTI. This tells them how much of your income goes toward paying off debt and whether you can realistically afford a mortgage. So here's the formula. Monthly debts divided by gross monthly income multiplied by 100. So that gives you your percentage DTI. So let's say, for example, you make $5,000 a month and you pay $1,400 a month on your, say, car loan, student loan, and credit cards. That gives you a DTI of 28%. Lenders usually want that number below 43%, but staying under 36% gives you the best shot at approval and better interest rates. You can calculate your DTI using a free tool, for example, like at NordWallet's DTI Calculator, which I have the link down in the description. Tip number 2, get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. There's a big difference between being pre-approved and being pre-qualified. Pre-qualification is just a rough estimate based on what you tell a lender, while pre-approval means they've actually looked at your credit, income, and finances. So it means you've got real buying power on paper. Lenders these days in 2025 usually ask for your recent pay stub, tax returns from the past 2 years, list of your debts and assets and evidences that come along with those, and credit report. But do not worry, because you could always shop around lenders. Your first pre-approval does not mean you have to commit to that. In 2025, it is now common practice to submit a pre-approval letter from a lender as you submit your offer to a seller. So just keep those things in mind. Tip number 3. Budget for the real costs of home ownership. Buying a home is more than just a mortgage payment. You've got ongoing costs that can sneak up if you're not ready. You have property taxes, homeowner insurance, HOA dues, maintenance, repairs, utilities. You may even have PMI or private mortgage insurance costs if your down payment is under 20%. PMI can add $100 to $300 per month depending on the loan size, so be sure to ask your lender if it applies to you. My personal rule is that if your lender says you're approved for $400,000, consider shopping lower so you leave room for real life expenses. Tip number 4, understand your down payment options. You don't need 20% down to buy a home in 2025. That's been a myth that's been going on in forever. In 2025, there are more flexible options than ever. We have FHA loans as low as 3.5% down. We have conventional or commercial loans offering 3 to 5% down for if you're qualified with great credit score. And we also have USDA and VA loans, which is as low as 0% down if you're qualified. And insider tip here is you do not have to be a veteran to qualify for a VA loan. And there are tons of local and state programs offering grants and down payment assistance. So it's always good to do your research for your local area. And also note that some programs define first-time buyer as someone who hasn't owned a home in 3 years. It's worth checking even if you've bought a house before. Tip number 5, do not buy your dream home first. So here's a truth I wish people said out loud, is that your first home doesn't need to be your forever home. In fact, it probably won't be. According to the National Association of Realtors, the average homeowner stays in their first home for about 8 years. And that number has even decreased slightly in recent years, especially for millennials and younger buyers who are relocating more often for work or lifestyle changes. So if you're waiting for the perfect house or stretching your budget for that dream kitchen or huge backyard, you might want to pause and consider your first home to be more financially comfortable, be in a good location, and consider it more as a stepping stone and not your final destination. Focus on building equity and learning how home ownership fits your life first. Then down the road, you'll be in a much stronger position to buy the house that checks all your dream boxes with less stress and with just so much more confidence. Tip number 6, never skip the home inspection procedure. Go for it. Even in competitive markets, do not waive your inspection rights. A professional inspection checks for structural damage, electrical issues, plumbing, roofing, and so much more. It's not just about knowing what's wrong, it's about giving you the leverage. So you might be able to even ask for repairs, renegotiate the price, or even walk away if it's too risky. And yes, even new construction can have surprises, so never skip a home inspection. My last tip number 7, is that choose the right agent. Not all agents are created equal. This is someone who's guiding you through contracts, negotiations, inspections, and closing, and so much more. Possibly also your therapist in the process. So they should be responsive, knowledgeable about the local market, and most of all, someone you can trust. This is probably your biggest purchase in your life, and you want to work with someone who you can really trust that with. I would personally ask questions like, how do you advocate for a buyer? Another one is, what's your approach when offers are competitive? Another is, can you walk me through the process from start to finish of buying a house? A good agent is your partner and not just your tour guide. And a good agent will save you so much money, so much wasted energy and time, and will be a lifesaver. So do your research, find the best agent that you could get a hold on. It'll be totally worth it. Buying a home in 2025 might feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. The key is to slow down, get clear on your numbers, and ask the right questions. Also surround yourself with a team that's looking out for you. And I'm talking about brokerages here and agents. If this video helped you, drop a comment below and tell me where you're at in your home buying journey. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more real estate and financial insight to help you build the life you want. You've got this.